If you're just joining, you're watching Daybreak, reaching you live from the nation's capital in Abuja. Now to our third discussion on the program. We are seeing the reactions that have trailed the purported purchase of form for the former President Goodluck Jonathan by some group. And also we have seen that the former president has rejected that move. And again, there have been speculations and rumors about the former president joining the ruling APC, the ruling All Progressives Congress, and of course certain pictures that have emerged have also given credence to that. And so the speculation is becoming louder every day and is becoming more like it's a fact. And with this recent purchase of nomination form for the former president, a lot of people are wondering really what's happening. We have in the studio a stalwart of the APC, Mohammed Esu, who joins us to talk about this. He is the Senior Special Assistant to the Niger State Governor on Rural Electrification and also a very active member of the APC. Thank you for joining us in the studio this morning for Daybreak.
Thank you very much for having me, my brother.
Yes. Well, we've been hearing a lot of things from the grapevine, and thankfully you are also a chieftain of the APC. What exactly is happening that we are not aware of? Maybe you should tell us. Is the former president now a member of the APC?
Yes, I think first and foremost, we must appreciate the party, new National Working Committee, to see how we conduct our primaries that is forthcoming, and getting new people into the fold and resolving some crises that's been bedwelling the party in the last few years. You can see even yesterday, likes of former governor of Zamfara and the current governor of Zamfara are on the table to discuss. And the former president joining the party.
Has he joined the party?
Yeah.
Can you say categorically that he's a member of the APC?
He's in the process of joining the party because visiting the party chairman yesterday night and purchasing of the form, even though his aides...
When he visited the party chairman, do you know what was discussed?
At this critical time, there won't be a smoke without fire.
You may have gone to ask the party chairman how he's doing, how his family is doing, you know.
That one can be private, but being on the photograph with the party chairman, that means you want to send a signal to...
Yeah, but that's not synonymous to him joining the party. So,
yes.
So we expect as a member of the party, perhaps you have more information that we do not have.
Yes, I think you are aware the former president, when some group of people visited him last few weeks about his calling on him to join the race of 2023 general election under the platform of APC. He told them that let them wait a bit and see what the situation will unfold. And today is our last closing date for the purchase of the nomination form. And with the dramas that, not drama, with the actions that happened and yesterday, we don't know what's going to happen this morning. The former president...
Yeah, but the spokesman have categorically said that the former president do not intend to run for any election, and even if he intends to do so, he will make that very clear, not through the back door. He said something like that. And I'm wondering that even if the former president were to join the APC, will he be able to contest, for an elective position as high as that of the president at this moment, considering the fact that the primary elections is just a few weeks from now?
There's a process of joining the party and process of giving you a nomination form, and the president can fulfill it within 24 hours by giving him a waiver.
Yes. So
has the APC said anything like that? You are a member, you're a chieftain, you're an insider. So
that's what I'm saying. The party cannot come out now because the former president, is making some talks behind the saying that which Nigerians have not known, but in the next 24 hours, we'll know the next lines of action of the former president. But visiting the current chairman at his residence, it shows a signal, and purchasing the form at the same day is telling you that...
No, he said he didn't purchase
yeah, he's not the one, but a lot of people don't go there to purchase the form themselves. Groups of people purchase form for them.
In other words, you are validating what the speculations have been, that, look, this purchasing of form by proxy is actually... the politicians were actually doing it themselves through other groups.
Of course, because you see a lot of them...
But some people have expressed shock when they get these forms.
And when they express shocks, other people goes to court and validate that they can contest elections.
No, I'm saying some people, when they buy this form for them, they actually cry, and some of them express real shock. Are you saying they are not shocked?
I don't think an average Nigerian will sit down now and dole out 100 million for an individual who is not interested in the race. We can play games around it. People can pretend about it. But buying a 100 million naira form for an aspirant, you think there's something going on that you won't understand. That is a game of politics. You can buy it tomorrow. We'll know who and who is going to be on the ballot. Because submission of the form will determine who are going to be on the ballot. Because a lot of people have purchased the form, and submission of the form and going for the screening will determine who and who is real in the game.
But then there are speculations that the APC is looking towards a consensus candidate. In fact, when the rumor or whatever broke yesterday surrounding the former President Goodluck Jonathan, there's this speculation that the APC is concluding plans to welcome him into the party and even adopt him as a consensus candidate.
Yes.
Is there anything on the table to that effect?
You know, we have processes of nominating a candidate in an election, which has been given by the new Electoral Act and guidelines. We have primaries, direct, indirect, and consensus. And all the options are on the table that we are going to do it in the next few weeks. Anything can happen.
But even if that was the case, why should the APC consider a person that they defeated in an election to come and be a candidate for the party? Why? Like, everyone is asking the question, why Goodluck Jonathan?
Everybody has a winning formula. Each of the political parties are working towards to win election. And a best bet, you can defeat him yesterday and it can be your best bet.
Is this
today.
a winning formula being considered by the APC?
It can be, because we want to win election and we need someone that can help us win election so that we can consolidate.
But you have a lot of chieftains in the party who have been in this party from conception.
Yes, they are.
And they have also indicated
they are
interest.
qualified. But I'm telling you that the delegates will determine who will help us win election.
So is this, trend of having dozens of people buying the nomination form in hundreds of millions of naira part of the winning formula that we're talking about? We've seen that people, even those that have not declared intention, to run for the office, purchasing forms, for that office. So is this part of the winning formula?
It's telling you that APC is a party to beat in 2023. With the number of people and aspirants showing interest in the party, it has shown that the party has come to stay. Because if you have 100 million, with the current economic reality on ground, you can float another party and do some wonders. But now everybody wants to go to APC because they know that this is the surest way for them to be.
Is it really everybody is going to the APC because they see it as the surest way, or it's a strategy? Is there a strategy surrounding this by the APC?
Leave that one for the politicians. We know what to do best to make sure that we get to the next general election successfully.
Well, when you say that, a lot of people, all that you are saying, your responses seem to validate some of the things that people have been saying about the APC, accumulating resources, ahead of the 2023 elections by using this as a strategy, the whole sales of form and all of that. Do you agree?
Other parties are also doing the same thing. PDP are also doing their own by selling the
But they don't have this number of people vying for the higher seats.
They don't have number of people in the party. The PDP is no longer a party that is fashionable for people to participate. That's why you don't see a lot of number of people participating in the party. But you can see our national chairman said that they want to differentiate the chaffs and the people, serious candidates. And you can see people are still buying the form.
In fact, somebody on social media said the APC, the nomination for those who have bought the form is almost like an admission list at the moment.
Yes, to make sure that you participate and the best among them will come out victorious.
Okay, now, the APC has also released certain guidelines for conditions, rather, not guidelines, conditions for those vying for elective offices in the 2023 election. For instance, it says that contenders have to be that contenders have been barred from going to court without first exhausting avenues for redress and ventilation of grievances from within the party. That's one. Secondly, and that aspirants are expected to sign undertakings to accept the outcomes of the shadow polls and support whoever emerges as candidate for the general election. So this does not mean necessarily the primary election, but some of these endorsements that we are seeing, issues of consensus and the likes. And, one other condition is that the ruling party has directed the aspirants to take oaths not to engage in thuggery, anti-party activities, factionalization, and other creation of parallel congresses and the likes. So there are 9 of these conditions, 9 of them, right? Now, one that some find a bit, not very convenient is the one that requires you to make sure that you exhaust all the avenues from within the party to settle grievances. What are the parameters to determine the avenues, that you must exhaust before you can go to court?
You should know that the rules have been there before, but it's not explicitly spelled out like this, because a lot of people go to an election without exhausting avenues. When you participate, there is what they call appeal committees. When you participate in a primary election, for example, there's an appeal committee when you have some issues that rises within that processes of conducting the primaries. You are required to go to the appeal committee, tender your complaints, they will look into it and they will make adjustment or make some solutions to that problem. But a lot of people don't go through those avenues.
So where you go to the appeal committee, and it looks like the appeal committee is it's kind of compromised, and time is not on your side as an aspirant. You need to approach the court as soon as possible to get your judgment. What do you do?
There's politics for you. A lot of people don't feel comfortable whenever it doesn't suit them. You understand? But there are some elections that I can tell you appeal committees have annulled the main elections, where we have situations that the due process were not followed during the conduct of the elections. Appeal committee annul some of the elections. But a lot of people they don't have patience to wait for all these things.
Or they don't have confidence.
Some of them don't have confidence, and they rushly goes to court and make the party to get involved in all this litigation, to the extent that we lose the elections in so many states due to those issues that even likes of Zamfara. Those are the problems.
So if it were you, you are not confident about a particular committee that have been set up to look into your matter. You are not sure that justice will be, given in your issue, on your matter, on your case. Will you be going to that committee?
I said people don't exhaust this avenue, internal avenues, before going to court. That's what I'm saying. You must exhaust all your internal avenue. Appeal committee, there's another committees that will be set up to make sure that they look into those issues. But because of patience and time frame again, there are some people looking at it that if waiting for this, it will exhaust and you can't get your chance in court. People rush to court even at the process of appeal. And at the end of the day, the party finds itself in a lot of litigations. And that's why the party is scared of. Now, because if you look at, we have a lot of cases right now in the last congresses that was held before this National Working Committee comes on board. There are some states that up till now, we don't have substantive number of the State Working Committee or the delegates that will come for this election. And those are the things that they are trying to resolve at the moment.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak. We look to see what happens in the next 24 hours, like you said.
Like you said.
Yes.
We are waiting for the surprises.
It's going to be very interesting because it will give our democracy a new...
Okay, if you say so.
All right. Thank you so much. We've been speaking with the Senior Special Assistant to the Niger State Governor on rural electrification and also an active member of the APC, and he is Mohammed Etu. We look forward to having you again.
Thank you very much for having me.
And with that, it's time to say bye.
Yeah, we've come to the end of the show for today, but then again, Do well to join us same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Stella Iyaji. Bye.
And I am Ayuba Ilya. In case you have missed, remember you can always catch up on all our social media handles and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Ayuba again. Bye.